We start in the ranks of Class 5A. The coaches are up first. Now here's a list of the nominees for Class 5A Coach of the Year. Kirk Potter of the Cleveland Storm, all he did was bring home the championship bacon in only 3 seasons. It was the perfect storm at 13-0. David Owls of Rio Rancho nearly wrecked that perfect storm as the Rams not only made the playoffs but gave Cleveland their toughest 2 games of the season. Michael Bradley of the Mayfield Trojans had his team respond after 2 early losses by running all the way into the 5A title game. The 2010 champions entertained visions of a repeat in the first half against the Cleveland Storm, but we know that didn't happen. And who was the winner? The winner is Cleveland football coach Kirk Potter. Potter made the Cleveland Storm champions. As you can see, they had lopsided victories over most of their opponents this season. And Coach happens to be in studio right here, and so we got to make this official. I'm going to let you pull the plastic off of this.
Thanks,
That's
man.
how fresh that is. You can smell the wood, can't you?
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you very much.
No problem there. I mean, when you look back on your season and you think about all this, first of all, congratulations. But when you look on your season, was it one of those things that where you're thinking at the end, like, I got to pinch myself? I didn't know. I thought it would go well, but not like this.
Well, you always hope for the best, but this football team knew it was going to be good when we started. They've followed through with everything that they've tried to do. It's been a really great season to coach these young men, and the staff that I've got is just fantastic. And so it's been a real pleasure.
Now, this is the first one you got for this year, right? I think you're going to have some more of those.
Well, we'll
Coach
see.
of the Year.
We'll see, but this is really special, and I really appreciate it.
Sets the bar high for next season. Now everybody's thinking, like, you got to come out the gate and flex your muscles, start some tradition there, huh?
Well, nothing's always going to be the same, but there's going to be some hard-working guys that are going to represent Cleveland next year. They'll pay the same price that these guys did, and we'll just see how it goes. And
I know you agree with me on this. Of course, the coach could not be successful if he didn't have the players out there to do the work. Now, this year's candidates for NewMexicoChevyDealers.com 5A Player of the Year, Cleveland's Cole Gauchi. He is going to be your champion. The candidates are Axton Franzoy, Cole Gauchi, and Q Branch of Monzano. Franzoy led the Mayfield Trojans back to the Class 5 championship game where Cole Gauchi and the Cleveland Storm actually took them out. And right now, joining me right here in the studio is Cole Gauchi. You came here with your coach. Of course, the season accounting for over 60 touchdowns, 6,000 yards.
Yeah, it's just been a great season. I couldn't have done it without the defense, stopping them, and then our offensive line, receivers, and running backs, they've all just done a great job this year.
Okay, see, you know, I set you up like this to see how you were going to respond, to see, hey, where's my plaque? It's right here, man. I'm going to give you your plaque. Let you pull the plastic off. We couldn't do the same thing Coach did, or he said we were copying off of him. What do you think, man?
This is great. It's just an honor to have this.
I know, as you look back on the season, the same thing I asked Coach, is it one of those things where you have to pinch yourself and say, look, man, we finished perfect, we did all these things during the football season, and now here we are at the end?
Definitely right after. I kind of had to sit back and be like, wow, we just won the state championship. But Coach Potter's always preached to us that we need to go out there and win our last game, and we always knew we had a shot to do it. We did it.
Last game as a Storm player. Now you're putting on the cherry and silver. Talk about that. I mean, the little controversy there, huh? You verbally going with the Aggies and then later having to change your heart with the Lobos. What brought that on?
I just really like Coach Davey and his background and what he's done before, and I really think that he wants to start something great here and just wants to bring in the right people to do that.
How excited are you about getting that chance to kind of stay here and do that thing, you know, as far as stay home? And
yeah, I'm real happy about staying in front of my fans that I've had so far, and just hopefully I can make some new ones being a Lobo and just doing a great job.
Okay. You've been Player of the Week on this show 3 times. New Mexico Gatorade Player of the Week. Cole, thank you so much for coming on. But before you go, we want to look at how you did some of these things. We're going to go now to the 5A state title game. We have highlights of that. Our Lawrence Gilligan is here with the 5A Rewind. And Lawrence, it was quite a game, wasn't it?
Yeah, Van Gauchi really showed why he is the Gatorade Player of the Year against Mayfield at the Field of Dreams last Saturday. A tough place to play any day of the week, let alone for the Class 5A state title. Storm traveled down south to the Field of Dreams to face the Trojans. Cleveland took a 7-0 first quarter lead, but then Mayfield senior Axton Franzoy went to work. He found Lucas Jimenez for the touchdown, and we're tied at 7. Trojans go up a touchdown later in the first half. It's Franzoy again with the pass. This time Franzoy deep to Christopher Trujillo for the score, putting Mayfield up 14-7. The Trojans led 28-14 at the half. and that's the last time they would as a storm was brewing. Cleveland scored once in the third quarter, then took the lead on this Cole Gauchi pass to Reese White. White coming up with one of the best runs of the year after making the grab, breaking tackles left and right. He goes 88 yards for the score. We're tied at 28. So Mayfield trying to get something going, but Cleveland comes up big on defense. Steven Steele comes up with the interception. Cleveland will retake the lead for good on the very next offensive possession. It's the Gatorade Player of the Year, Gauchi, to Jerome Gabraszewski for the touchdown pass play. The Storm scored 34 unanswered points in the second half. Running back Ramel Jordan puts the icing on the victory cake for the Storm with the touchdown run as well. Cleveland goes on to beat Mayfield 48-28, capping a perfect 13-0 season, winning the state 5A trophy. So that's a wrap on the season in Class 5A. The question now becomes, what will next season look like? Here to help with that is NMPrep.com's Kyle Henderson. Kyle?
Lawrence, let's start to look for which team to watch for in Class 5A for the 2012 season, and we have to start out in the Southwest with Las Cruces Bulldogs. We start up front with the Dogs that are returning 4 out of their 5 offensive linemen for the 2012 season. That will create holes in the backfield for running back, but who's going to be the running back? The Dogs will be without Xavier Hall, who is graduating, and the Bulldogs will be without a Las Cruces member for the first time in since the first time in 2006, rather. As far as players to watch in Class 5A for 2012, you need to look no further than in Class 5A champion Cleveland Storm running back Ramel Jordan, who's returning for the 2012 season. Alongside him is teammate Steven Steele, who had 10 interceptions as a junior. He's projected as the team's 2012 quarterback. Then, that's a look at what to watch in 2012 in the class of ranks of 5A. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Endo.